Right, let's get this over with. Hello amigos, como estas? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elderman86 and today we're going to be talking all about Chivas and the new announcement that's just been posted and kind of the issues that are going on with the club at the moment. So let's get straight into it. So pretty much about 24 hours ago, Chivas uploaded a post on all their social media. I think, except for their YouTube, I think so. Their Facebook, Twitter, maybe their Instagram as well. I can't remember. Basically, it's a video from Pelaez, basically announcing that Leano is going to be the coach or the manager for the next season after this one. Um, and I mean, on the face of it, by itself, is you think okay, whatever, but it's very much indicative of a wider problem going on with the Chivas at the moment. Obviously, when the last coach got sacked, Leandro came in and he was marketed as this is going to be just for this season while we look for another full-time coach. He came out, the coach, Leandro came out and said, I'm only going to be here this season. That's it. I don't see myself staying here much longer than that. Um, coming off the back of a pretty dreadful run so far. We've got obviously the loss against Tigres. What else did we do? I mean, I forgot most of these games already. A draw against Cruz del Sur, draw against Cholas, a good, decent 2-0 win against Toluca. The horrific loss against Atlas. We've been losing a lot of games and drawing a lot more games, and the run hasn't been good. I mean, I think his points average. I think Chivas Donotes posted that he's got 6 points out of a possible 21 this season, which is horrifically bad. Um, so on the face of it, it is what it is. But you look deeper into it, and it's like, what the hell is going on? Because obviously he was marketed as an interim coach. This is just going to be for this season. So either somebody in Chivas, Pelaez or Amari has gone, okay, well, actually, 6 points out of 21 is pretty good. We're doing all right. We're slightly challenging for the playoffs for the Liga. If we beat Mazatlan, which is what it's come down to, that's what Chivas has come down to now. We have to win against Mazatlan, and even that's not a guaranteed by any stretch and not comfortable victory at all for us because they're technically above us at the moment. Um, so either they're satisfied with that and they think that he's doing a decent job, which he's not. I mean, the stats don't lie. I mean, he's not doing a good job. Is he defensively better than the last coach? I think so, yeah, but only just. We were terrible under the last coach when he left, and um, we're getting a lot more draws. I think we're losing a little bit less games, but we're drawing and we're barely winning any games. Um, Especially the last couple of months. Um, yeah, so either they've gone, okay, that's all right, that's decent enough. We'll just let him stay on for another year, another season, which in Liga MS cases is only half a season more, to be fair, but still it's another season. Or they've been looking around at other people, and they have been turned down, and they have no choice but to keep him on. Either way, it's pretty damning for the club and for the fans. We're talking about Jimmy Lozano recently quit from um, the youth team for Mexico, the Olympic team. Obviously, they got the bronze medal in the Olympics, and he retired from them. Well, he left them then. So we're thinking, okay, cool. It's obviously going to be Jimmy Lozano. He was going to be my pick. I just thought the timing was too coincidental. Um, I mean, I was alright with that because I wanted a younger coach. Leon is younger, but he's just not it. I wanted someone that can fight and knows how to play attacking football and gets us playing well. I mean, I don't mind so much losing if we're playing really good football, really nice football, and a worldie goes against us, or a decision from the ref, a questionable decision goes against us or whatever. If we show some fight and we play decent football, I don't mind losing the odd game. Um, it's just, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know which one it is. I don't either Chivas are happy with mediocrity, which is what we've been getting since Almeida left. We have to be frank about that, or they've tried and nobody's accepted the job, which is equally as bad because it's like, well, everyone, that means that you know Chivas is not an attractive job anymore, and you think, well, that's never been the case. Chivas has always been an attractive job for a Mexican coach or a coach in Mexico. Um, Even coaches like Almeida, he still couldn't turn it down when he was offered. So, um, yeah, it's really disappointing. I've seen a lot of massive backlash online about this. It'd be interesting to see if Mary, I'm pretty sure Mary goes on Twitter and has a look and follows the fans. He must be realizing now that the fans don't actually like this. Um, and it's not just one or two people, it's everyone. Some people are more vocal about it than others. But yeah, it's not a good sign. I've got no confidence at all in Leano now. I mean, I had a little bit, when he first joined, mainly because it was a relief that the previous administration had left, and we've got someone relatively young who seems quite charismatic and um, has a little bit of fire about him. He's a lot more animated on the touchline than the other one was, but like I said, stats don't lie, and the results this season don't lie. Um, and it brings them on to the other point of, well, if it's not the coach, it's the players. I mean, we all know that Chivas did zero reinforcements over the summer. No one in. I don't think we let anyone go apart from Chofis, who's absolutely blinding it in MLS right now. Quite, ironically enough. Um, yeah, we didn't do anything, and if if we keep Leandro in, yeah, to be fair, if Leandro had gone and somebody else come in, we'd still need reinforcements. There are gaping holes in our squad. There was a rumour the other week, like last week, of Acevedo was on the verge of joining Chivas. I mean, Acevedo is an amazing player. He's a bit injury prone. He's been injured for the last couple months, I think. But he's top quality goalkeeper, blatantly going to have a really good career. If we got him, I would be happy to have him. But I don't think we needed him. And I've got a little bit of a banter about it on Twitter because it's like Dino has probably been our best player. Um, Probably in the last couple of months. Tonyo's seems to be completely dropped now, which is I'm alright with that. I mean, no offense to him, he's had a couple of good performances for Chivas. He scored that really awesome goal for that one time, but Godino for me is a much better goalkeeper. He just questionable mistakes every so often, but his saving ability is absolutely amazing, and his distribution as well is pretty good. Even against Tigres, when he conceded 2 goals, um, the two of them they were basically really good goals. Can't really fault him for that. It's just the defense. It's aging now. Mia and Briseño are getting on now. Um, I think the whole defense is replenishing our wing backs. I mean, maybe not the left back, but the right back position for me needs replenishing. I mean, Sanchez is decent. He comes up and scores a couple of goals every once in a while. Um, but he's getting on a bit as normal, and I think we just need someone younger and better in that position. And you go to the midfield. I think the midfield is where we're quite horrific at the moment. Beltran, I think, even though he's getting on now, he's like 23, 24. He still needs someone good next to him, preferably someone experienced that can tell him what to do. And well, the thing is about Beltran is that he can get the ball and he's really good with the ball and he's really good at distribution. It's just it's quite easy to knock off it. And I think he needs to work on his positioning a little bit. But I think he benefits with having somebody like Victor Guzman from Pachuca, for example. I think him and Beltran together could be decent. But Molina needs to go, in my opinion. Just go. I'm not quite. I think Sergio, the kid Sergio, I'm not a fan of anyone else really that's playing in midfield apart from Beltran at the moment. I think you can look forward. I mean, Atuna's had not a very good season. Vega as well has been injury prone this season as well. Hasn't really played well for Chivas. Goes to Mexico and scores for fun, but he comes back to Chivas and he can't score. And I think that's more to do with the coach and the system and his teammates. And I think obviously Mexico, the national team is a step up from probably several steps up from the Chivas squad at the moment. But he's still not doing very well. Huerta, I think, could be a decent striker. Has been for Mazatlan when he was on loan there. But I just don't think he's given enough chances. And although he's been played the last couple of games, he's still not quite it. Zaldivar needs to go, in my opinion. A whole load of players, I think, needs to just go. We need to clear out and get new players in. But the thing is, are we broke? I mean, I don't think we're stone cold broke. I do think there are money issues. Um, People say that we're broken in debt. I don't think it's that extreme, but it's definite. I think that um, you know we blew all our money getting Chakotay and Tuna, and I think we got like 5 or 6 players at one time. And I think we blew all our money on that, and then COVID happened, and everyone lost money in COVID. But well, every football club I think lost money during COVID. Um, yeah, so I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's the fact that Leano hasn't done well enough to essentially get rewarded by getting an extra half season or extra half year. Um, and I don't think the players have done well by him either. Just players just not good enough, and just the whole system and situation at the moment of a club that's being run poorly. Poor decisions, poor decisions that led into more poor decisions. Um, when you have the whole entire fan base just questioning, I mean, okay, fans are going to question every decision, but questioning in a negative way. Why has he done this? Why is he playing this player? Why is he not playing that player? Why are we buying this player or extending this player's contract? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And not doing this and not doing that? It's constant with Chivas right now, and it's been constant for like a year and a half now. I think Chivas do have quality players. Antuna can be quality. I think he just needs better players around him. Vega is obviously the best player on the team. He's injured at the moment. He's injury prone lately, and he hasn't been doing well. But he's clearly, I think, the best player talent wise on the squad on the roster. Godino for me is a top goalkeeper. If we put a decent defense in front of him, I think he's going to do really well. Get a decent striker in. I think Antuna on one side, Vega on the other side. I think Vega might be a good centre, a number 10 behind the striker. I don't think he's a good striker, which is funny because there are videos. If you go back, there are videos of me um, begging for him to be played as striker. I don't think he's quite a good striker now. I've seen him play as striker for Chivas this season, I think. So he hasn't done that well. I think he's more of a cam. Antuna just needs to do better. He needs to have a better end product. Yeah, and Beltran obviously is a good player. Then who else have we got? I mean, Briseño, his form's dipped. He's dropped quite a lot. Prone to the odd red card, prone to the odd foul, prone to giving away the odd penalty. Lots of passion, but it's kind of misplaced sometimes. Mia, he's getting on now. Chakotay, I think, is decent. Whether he's a left back, whether he's a left winger, don't seem to know anymore. He was blindingly brilliant with Necaxa. Somehow we've managed to just absolutely break that player, which is just totally indicative of what Chivas are at the moment. Um, I really rate Chakotay. I'll have him as my starting left back. Unless we get someone younger in, someone better, which maybe Aguirre from Pachuca. Um, but it's just not good at the moment. Just at the risk of me trying to not rant. What else can I say? I mean, it's just another bad decision, another ill thought out moment where we're just, as fans, are just like, okay, is this what we're reduced to now? Even if we beat Mazatlan the weekend and get into the repechaje and then win that, which we might not, do I see us going far into the gear? No, I don't think anyone sees us going far into the gear. Although, having said that, a tournament's a tournament, a knockout tournaments, it is what it is, and anything can happen. Um, Form kind of goes out the window a little bit. There's always a chance, I guess, but it's just we're not good. We're not a Liga team at the moment. I don't think, unfortunately. Very just Chivas needs to be, and I know it's easier said than done, but it needs to be a team that, like a Bayern Munich, really. I mean, if we had money and had the wealth, we should be run like a mixture of Bayern and Dortmund, where you get the Bayern aspect, where you buy the best Mexican players in the league, because that strengthens you and weakens your opponents in one stroke. And then create a world class youth system. And the youth system at Chivas has been alright. I don't think the young players are given enough opportunity for Chivas, the first team anyway. I mean, was Beltran maybe the last Cantorino? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. The last player from the youth system to actually make an impact in the first team. Chofris, maybe. Um, I mean, that's the thing. It's the Bayern Dortmund way. You buy the best players, and then you have a good youth system to supplement that, and then every once in a while you'll get one or two absolute starlets that will then break into the first team, and then you can sell them to Europe for a profit. It's just, I don't know, it's easier said than done. It is. It's not. Life is not a FIFA game, but there just doesn't seem to be a plan. The plan a couple of years ago was, let's just buy loads of really decent players. Not necessarily the best players in the league, but decent players that could become that. And like a Galactico kind of model. That obviously failed. I think Chakotay is like the example of that. And then what? There doesn't seem to be like a focus on the youth. Like I said, Chivas has a good youth system. All their youth games are played on YouTube. I've watched more Chivas youth team games than I have Arsenal by miles, because it's just so available. You can just see how good the players are. But that's not translated into the first team enough for me. I may be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But there just doesn't seem to be a plan. It just seems to be, let's just hold on for dear life and just see how much money we can make before it all explodes. It won't explode, it'll implode. The club will destroy itself. And it seems to be going in that direction. It's just really sad. I can see Vega leaving, I can see Antonio leaving, Dino leaving. Because I don't think Amari is going to turn down any offers for our best players. Um, Especially the Olympics that Vega had. He's definitely going at some point soon. I just hope it's not to another League UMX team, because I just hate to see him play in another Mexico team. I want him in Europe. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't want to rant too much. It's just it's really sad, to be honest with you. Um, when I first got into Mexican football and Liga MX, it was 2015, 2014, 15, 16, culminating in the double win 2017. Obviously we didn't do well in 2018, and then Almeida and Pizarro left, and that felt like the end of the good times. And it's just been a slow and steady decline ever since then. Um, and it's just really sad. I don't think Ahmed is coming back. Bringing Chofis back. I mean, I think even if we bring Chofis back, I don't think he's going to. Chofis Earthquakes is not going to come back to Chivas and then score a load of goals and be the best player and do this, do that. Because, one, I think Liga MX as a whole is better, harder. It's harder to score. Um, Chivas' team and setup is just not as good. It doesn't play to his strengths. And I don't know, it seems to have fallen out with Mari or Pelaez or whoever. Because that's the thing as well. You don't really know at Chivas who's actually making the final decisions. Is it Amari? Is it Pelaez? Is it Leano? Um, who's making the actual last ditch decision? Who? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just really sad. I don't know how it's gonna happen. If we lose against Barcelona, that's just gonna be the perfect end to a really, really, really terrible season. Terrible couple of years, to be honest with you. Um, we got into the year, well, I think a year ago, year and a half ago. Um, that was decent. Getting to the semis was good. You're thinking, okay, maybe things are on the up. Maybe because nobody was really expecting Chivas to actually win that league. It was more a case of getting into the gear, season upon season upon season, getting far into it, semis, final maybe, and just being consistent with it. And that's not happened. So I mean, there's a good chance we're not going to make the game this season. There's a good chance that we could lose against Mazatlan. I mean, if Mazatlan knows how to play against us, and a lot of teams do, they can grind out a 1-0 win, 2-0 win. Because we just can't score for crap. We can't. We have no attacking threat whatsoever. We get lucky every once in a while. Somebody comes out with a worldie. We get a penalty. That's it. We're not scoring consistently. And we scored 2 against Toluca like 2 months ago. That's about it. It is what it is. So this is one. I don't want to rant too much longer. Yeah, just let me know what you think. Let me know. Do you think it's the Leandro's the problem? The coaches are the problem? Do you think it's the players? Who do you want to leave player wise? Who do you want to bring in? How much money do you think we have? Yeah, I mean it's pretty sad times at the moment. You know, just don't like making sad videos or angry videos. I want to make happy videos and pumped up videos where we just won and we were in the final or whatever. It's just sad. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going back to my beer now. So take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys for the Mazatlan review. Hopefully we win it, but if we don't, then for me, the sooner this season ends, the better. And then we'll go back into next year. But yeah, I'll be back on the weekend for the Mazatlan game. So take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Adios.